right, let's dive into something that's honestly a superpower in today's world: strategic reading. We're going to talk about how to completely change the way you take in information, making you way more efficient and a whole lot more effective. It's a total game changer. You know, this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? If reading was just about letting your eyes drift over the words, we'd all be geniuses. But it's not. Real meaningful reading, that goes so much deeper. It's really all about understanding what's behind the words. Okay, so if it's not just about our eyes moving back and forth, what is it then? What are we supposed to be doing? Well, that's exactly what we're here to figure out. Yep, there is so much more than meets the eye here. And this is where we run into the big one: the challenge of comprehension. Come on, you know the feeling, right? You get to the bottom of a page, maybe even a whole chapter, and you think to yourself, I have no idea what I just read. It's super frustrating and it happens to everyone. But the good news, it's totally fixable. So why does this happen? Well, it could be a bunch of things. Maybe the words are just too complicated, or the ideas don't seem to connect. Or, hey, maybe you're just plain tired, stressed out, or your mind is wandering. It happens. But here's the thing. Every single one of these problems has a solution. We can absolutely learn to get around them. Okay, so why should you even care about getting better at this? Why does it matter? Because honestly, the payoff is gigantic. This isn't some dusty old skill just for school. Nope. This is a life skill. Just think about it. Strong reading skills are basically the engine for your entire life. They're what power you through school, sure, but they also fuel your ability to keep learning forever. They make you a sharper, critical thinker and a much better communicator. And this isn't just for students, not by a long shot. This is for professionals, for hobbyists. It's for literally everyone. When you get right down to it, it's the simple. It's a powerful little loop. Read well, think well, communicate well. Seriously, if you get better at the first one, the other two just level up automatically. They're completely connected. Okay, enough talk. Let's get practical. Let's start with two of the most basic, essential tools for your reading toolkit. These are things you can start using, like today, to handle information better. And they are skimming and scanning. So, first up, we've got skimming. Think of this as your first quick look at anything new you're about to read. You're not trying to get every little detail, not at all. You're just getting the lay of the land. I love this analogy. It's like glancing at a map before you start a road trip. You're not memorizing every street. You're just giving your brain a mental roadmap so it has a clue where you're headed. And then, on the other hand, you have scanning. And this is a totally different beast. Scanning is like a search and rescue mission. You have one specific target, a name, a date, a keyword, and your job is to ignore all the noise and find that one thing. You're not just browsing, you are a laser beam, zooming in on exactly what you need. So let's put them side by side. See, skimming is all about the big picture. You're grabbing headings and getting a general vibe. Scanning is for the tiny details. You're hunting for that specific fact. They're two completely different tools for two completely different jobs. Okay, so skimming and scanning, awesome for everyday quick stuff. But what about when you really need to understand something deeply? For that, you got to bring out the heavy machinery. It's time to talk about the SQ3R method. This is your ultimate upgrade for true, deep, lasting comprehension. So what is this SQ3R thing? It's a simple, powerful 5-step formula that turns you from a passive reader into an active learner. It stands for survey, question, read, recite, and review. Let's break down exactly how it works step by step. First step, survey. You can think of this as like skimming on steroids. Before you even start reading the actual text, you get a preview. You look at the title, the headings, the first and last paragraphs. You glance at any pictures or charts. The movie trailer analogy is perfect here. You're just getting a sneak peek to prep your brain for what's about to happen. Okay, step 2, question. This is where the magic really starts. You actually engage your brain. You take all those headings you just saw and you turn them into questions. So if a heading says, the Industrial Revolution's impact, your question is, what was the Industrial Revolution's impact? All of a sudden, you're not just reading, you're on a mission. You're hunting for answers. And now, step 3, you actually read. But see, this is totally different from how you might normally read. You're not just letting the words wash over you. You are actively searching for the answers to those questions you just wrote. You're focusing, you're looking for the big ideas, and you slow down if things get tricky. Because let's be real, reading without thinking, that's just exercise for your eyeballs. All right, this next step is absolutely crucial, and most people skip it. Step 4, recite. After you finish a section, you stop, you look away from the page, and you try to explain the main ideas in your own words. Say it out loud, jot it down, whatever. It all comes down to this. If you can't explain it simply, you haven't really learned it yet. And last but not least, step 5 is review. So when you're all done, you go back and you test yourself. Look at those questions from the beginning. Can you answer them now without looking? This final check-in is what really cements the knowledge in your brain. It takes it from short-term memory and locks it away for the long haul. So let's pull all this together. What does this all mean? Well, all these different tools, skimming, scanning, the whole SQ3R system, they're really about a brand new mindset, a whole new way of thinking about reading. And this right here is the heart of it all. The goal is not to read more books or more pages. Who cares? The goal is to get more value out of every single page you read. It's a huge shift from thinking about quantity to focusing completely on quality. So I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. What's one thing you have to read this week? Maybe it's a chapter for a class, a report for your job, or even just an article you saved. I want you to pick one thing and try these strategies out. Just give it a shot. I promise you're going to feel the difference.